What's up, my hotties and thotties? It's your boy Moose, and we're here at the After-Thot show. Welcome back. It's been a couple of days since I recorded, so I was already getting that itch. You feel me? Actually, I've been wanting to interview this individual, this amazing individual, for a couple weeks now. Just never happened. Either our schedules were kind of jacked up, but finally, you know what? It's Tuesday night. Got homework done, and I made it happen. And I'm so glad I did. However, today's episode is brought to you by State 48 Plates, the official premier source for protective body armor and accessories. This business is veteran owned and operated and is based here in the 48th state, which is Arizona for you delinquents. State 48 provides the highest quality plates at the greatest prices while keeping costs lower than other competitors. So hit up state48plates.com. Hit them up on Instagram too. I'll post it up right here. And check out their products. I need a couple of vests myself. My other one's getting worn out. I've had it for a couple of years now. So I got to hit up my boy Eddie Prest, the CEO and owner of State 48 Plates. Very awesome dude. Can't wait to have him on the show as well. So you guys keep your eyes open for that episode coming up soon. Super soon. But in the meantime, hit up state48plates.com, get all your body armor needs, because you never know. Times are getting crazy, all right? And there's no reset button in a gunfight out here in the real world. Okay, so best protect yourself, protect your family, and protect your rights, you know? All that kind of correlates with each other. So get bodied up in armor, baby. That's State 48 Plates. So with that being said, today's episode, I have the opportunity, the honor of interviewing pro MMA fighter Marcus, the Maniac McGhee. And you guys are going to find out what this man is all about, how he came into his last fight. I'm going to show a little clip right here of how his last fight ended, and you can kind of tell what this man is all about. So I'm super excited for you guys to hear this. I can't wait to air this and drop it so you guys can see Marcus in action, and you can see how his demeanor is. He's such an amazing, uplifting guy. You know, I was so happy to talk with him, and I can't wait to connect with him again. Also, August 29th, Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, Rough 43. Get ready for some more fighting action. Some more warriors getting on it and going at it. It's going to be lit. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see it again. The last fight I went was super amazing. It was super dope. And I can't wait to go out there again and just feel that crowd vibe and see these gladiators go to war. All right, guys. So with no further ado, I present to you Marcus, the Maniac McGhee. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Moose, and I am here with Marcus, the Maniac McGhee. What's up, big dog?
How's it going, brother? Thanks for having me on.
Of course. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I've been waiting to have you on for a good minute now, but I'm really glad I finally got you.
I'm glad you had me on too, man. It's always a pleasure for sure.
Awesome. So, man, the last fight that you had was at Rough 42, right? It was a couple weeks ago, right?
Yes,
man,
sir.
it was the final fight of the night, and it couldn't have ended any more awesome than it was, bro. I swear. And I was watching the first round, because I was up there with my brother and them. I was watching, the first round, you guys were kind of feeling each other out, but I felt like your opponent, I forgot his name, Martini or something like that.
Rafael Martini. Yep.
Yeah. I felt like he was getting a little more aggressive on you in the first round. Like he was definitely, getting in. And then I was like, I saw you were more kind of hesitant. However, I felt like it was more mental for you. I feel like you were kind of feeling him out, kind of seeing his techniques and methods. You were more on the defensive. And when that second round came in, boy, you did not hold back. What happened there? You just felt that opening or what?
Well, I felt the opening too, but like first round, my coaches kept on saying, hey man, he's going to come out hot. He's going to come out hot. He's going to come out hot. And usually I come out hot. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let's manage this. We're going to come out. We're going to let him come out hot. And we're going to pick our shots and we're going to put him away, figure out these shots. And then we came out and he was fainting, but like on the back pedal, which honestly, I was like, all right, so it took me a second to start trying to get going on my game, just a split second, which it's really unlike me. You know, I usually just come out and I just get going with it. And I felt comfortable in there, but I did expect him to come in a little bit hotter.
Damn. So I just saw you, you know, it was less than 2 minutes in the second round. I think it was like a minute and a half or something in the second round. And you just kept wailing on him, wailing, and everybody was just waiting for him to kind of defend himself. But he was like kind of shelled off right there. You just kept knocking him out. And then they finally stopped the fight, man. How did that feel after, you know, they stopped the fight and you knew you got it? Well, how'd you feel?
It felt good. It felt good. You know, honestly, even when I was landing those shots, I was like, man, pull back, send some shots up the middle.
Yeah.
You know, like, but then the other side of me was like, nah, man, keep on going. Like, if he does throw back, fine, that's going to be your opening, you know?
Right.
So I thought that I might have had him done, but I also, the whole time I was hitting him, I was also waiting for him to throw back, you know?
Yeah, he never did.
He never did. And honestly, I know I rocked him with that left straight, so he was already hurt from left straight.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I did land a couple other good punches right afterwards, so I knew he was hurt. I think he knew that I was waiting for him to open up. I was throwing a lot of punches, but a lot of them were like 70% power on them, waiting for him to open up those hands a little bit so I could find my shot in the middle,
right,
you know, and get a clean one off. And he was protecting himself with making sure that didn't happen.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. I mean, after getting rocked by that one punch, I mean, I'd be kind of hesitant about opening up myself. So damn. Was that your main strategy, to find that opportunity to kind of go off standing up, or did you have some sort of plan to kind of take to the ground?
Definitely, the plan is always to finish guys standing up. Like, I think a lot of guys don't think I will go to the ground, but I will go to the ground. I will take guys to the ground, and I do feel comfortable being on the ground. But that being said, I like to knock people out. That's what I want to do. I want to be known as that guy who came out there and threw a bunch of different things and put guys away. And that's just my style. I like to put pressure on guys. I like to hit guys with a lot of shots. Honestly, I was hoping for more like a kick knockout or something like that.
I think everybody wants one of those.
For sure, you know.
Now you have a goal to set for you know, your future fights. Get that freaking get that head blaster.
Yeah. Yeah, I have finishes with my left hand and my right hand from both stances. So I was like, all right, well, now I want to get some different finishes.
Yeah. Get a W for every body part here.
Exactly.
That's awesome, man. So what's your main strength going in? Is your stand up? Is it your ground? What's your main technique?
I would say striking. Yeah, I'm a versatile striker, I think. Again, I like to mix in a lot of different grappling and clinching scenarios as well. I think that I like to use the whole arsenal. You know, like, honestly, I will go to the ground. My plan wasn't to go to the ground with Rafael. Honestly, I will go to the ground, especially if the opportunity presents itself, and I feel like that's something I want to do. But in most fights, I want to put guys away standing up, and I want to do it in a violent but beautiful fashion.
Violent but professional.
For sure.
Hell yeah. And is that like you have a very diverse fighting style? Then, you know, you're not just solely a Muay Thai or grappler.
Yeah, and I would consider just mixed martial artist. I mean, I think Muay Thai, I do train in Muay Thai, I do train in boxing, I do train in kickboxing, Dutch style. I train in all the different styles of stand up. I did Wing Chun, you know,
Nice.
Wing Chun is something I did before I even decided to start trying to train fighting wise. It was more of just street application and trying to add to my skills as far as that went. So
absolutely. And that's where you kind of implement that discipline, you know, in your body and your mind about it.
Absolutely.
So how did the fight before this go?
So I ended up finishing him on the ground, TKO, by way of punches on the ground.
Ooh,
so
nice.
Basically the first round was pretty good. It was a good little battle. You know, I ended up getting a takedown at the end of the last round. I did take him down, and it was literally because it presented itself. I had a clinch against the cage at the end of the round. I felt him give me a little bit of his weight, so I got the takedown just to finish off the round strong, to stay up on top, you know.
Nice. When did that end? What round?
So second round.
About
2 minutes. I would say probably 2 minutes into the second round as well. Again.
Dang, that's crazy, man. That's awesome, though. Now, coming into this fight, did you change anything in your training regimen at all?
I wouldn't necessarily change. I think I got to work. It was nice that I got to work with a lot of different people during this camp too. And then I also got to go So I ended up going to the UFC to corner Kyler Phillips for his UFC fight, you know. And
Right.
not only just from his fight, but a lot of other fights that happened that night. I got to feel different things the week right before my fight, which I think ended up adding to like my mindset going into it. I kind of like the idea that I got to go kind of prepare for a fight and then also go have my fight the next weekend.
Hell yeah, man. You still pumped from that, that other high that you got, you're just going in with that mindset, that warrior mindset that you've already been adopted to.
Exactly.
That's super cool. Where was that UFC fight? Was that
It was in Vegas. It was
Vegas.
at the Apex.
Who fought in that one? I'm pretty sure I saw it.
The main fight was Dillashaw versus Corey Sandhagen.
Oh yeah. Dillashaw took that one, didn't he?
Yep, Dillashaw did take it.
Yeah, and they went the distance, didn't they?
5 rounds, yes,
They
sir.
did. Man, TJ Dillashaw came back. I think he came back legit. I think he did after everything he's been through and all that. What was it? 2 years? 2 years since his last fight?
Yeah, 2 years suspension. Honestly, I think it was 2 years and 3 months since his last fight, but since his suspension, he was he was out. He was suspended for 2 years.
Yeah. I'm glad he came back. I see a lot of people hating on him, but you know what? He did what he had to do, and he got suspended for it. He put in his work legitimately, and he came back. He won by decision, but shit, he went out there.
That's a champion, if you ask me. Overcoming adversity. Making bad decisions, not being perfect, and then having to revamp yourself, rebuild yourself, and be the person that you told everybody you were.
Exactly.
So I have nothing but respect for how he came back for sure. And for me, I mean, it's inspiring just to show you. I've been through a lot of different things, made decisions in my life that have affected my fight career.
Right.
Earlier on than ever before I ever thought about fighting. I didn't get into fighting and training until I was 22 years old. I did a lot of different things before then. I've always been in the martial arts, but to say I had a coach, I didn't have a coach until I was 22 years old.
Oh wow.
And so for me, it's like I had already had 3 kids by that time. I was already far enough into my life where I had made tons of mistakes and made a lot of decisions that I had to own up to.
Yep. And you know what? Growing up, you're never done making mistakes, brother. Even accidentally, you're gonna make them. The main thing is that we grow from them, we learn from them, and we make sure we teach our kids about them. And hopefully they don't make the same ones.
Exactly. And then if they do, at least you have some options for them.
Exactly.
When it comes to
you already have a lesson for that mistake to tell them.
Exactly.
So, but that's awesome though. Yeah, he came back, and it was. I like the way he came back. It was great for him. I'm glad he got that W. And the thing is, I feel like he took that suspension to heart. I mean, you look at guys like John Jones. Like, how many times have you been caught with peds? Like,
yeah,
plenty of times. And he kept doing it. And it's like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
First off, you got a reputation to uphold, and then you got the whole UFC on your back. Like, come on. At some point, you got to take accountability for yourself and kind of divert from that, whatever the hell you're doing.
Yeah. And for me, I'm a big catalyst of like, making mistakes, but then saying you made a mistake and then also doing what it takes to change that and show that, that you want different. And it's so funny. I met John Jones once. It was a kind of crazy situation, but I ended up meeting him once out here. He seemed like a nice enough guy, but as far as the situation with that goes, like when you say you're going to be better and you come out and you say that you're this person and that you're a better person than that, like, it's like, be that person, or just come out and say, hey, I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be this guy, and I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
And again, who am I to judge him? He's the champion of the world and done everything in the world. So
just let him be, I guess.
Yeah.
So you said you started actually having a coach when you were 22?
22, yeah.
When was your first professional fight?
My first professional fight wasn't until 2019. 2020. So February of 2020 was my first professional fight. So right before we went into COVID, basically.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I had my first fight, went to UFC Norfolk with Kyler, and then when we got back, basically 2 weeks later, everything got shut down.
Damn. Did you win that fight?
I did. I ended up knocking him out. It was probably one of the most vicious knockouts I had.
Oh shit! Hopefully, I want to look that up. Hopefully, I get to see it.
Yeah, if you look up Marcus McGhee versus Nick Alwag, they'll have a rough clip of it, and yeah, it's a pretty vicious knockout. I like Nick a lot. I think he's a really tough fighter. I think that I went out there and I played my game like I should have, and I ended up putting him away. But I think he didn't get a chance to show how good he is, and I think he'll be back stronger. But yeah, it was pretty vicious. It was a stand-up knockout out against the cage. So
Second round?
first round.
Oh, that was a first round hitter, huh?
Yeah.
Dang.
I really felt like I got going like I needed to get going right away in that one, and I just found some shots pretty early on, and they did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, so you put him away quick, huh?
For sure.
And then we all just went on lockdown.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of crazy. And then honestly, I was only on lockdown for a little while because then we got to open up a little bit for the UFC fighters.
Mhm.
So basically I was just training hard. I had a consistent year. Like I was trying to take whatever fights I could.
Yep.
Literally could not find a fight. Rough couldn't get anything going because it was local.
Yep.
LFA was barely having fights, and they were only putting on select guys,
Yeah.
So it was like, man, I was staying ready, and I was constantly going with these guys to corner them and be there for their coach So I had made a lot of growth and leaps and bounds, and then finally got to get back into the ring in March myself, or excuse me, in March, April. Yeah, April. April is when I got. Yeah, and that was
of this year.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So
that was at the fight prior to this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have what, 3-win streak right now?
Yeah, so I'm on a 7-fight win streak, but I'm 3
professional.
3 fights as professional. Yeah.
Dang, that's amazing, brother. That is absolutely amazing. How old are you now?
I'm 31.
31. Okay, man. Hey,
Yeah.
you're staying solid, baby.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
good.
Time waits for no man. So honestly, I had a lot of things happen to me. I started at mixed martial arts at 22, basically, 22 years old. I fought 5 times that year, and then I fought 2 times the next year, 1 time the next year, and then I was out for 3 years. Basically, I was still training, but first we had some pest people come to our house. They sprayed something in our house, and whatever it did, it messed me up neurologically. So it had me messed up for about a year and a half. I finally got back to the gym after it was all said and done, after I went through all these different medications and stuff, and finally just won it off and got my head back together, because they were just giving me crazy stuff, that wasn't helping. It was making it worse.
Yeah.
And then I started focusing on training, and ended up, I beat that, whatever was going on. I ended up beating that. And then probably like 4 or 5 months after that, I went snowboarding and got my right hand cut open. All the tendons in my right hand got sliced open. So I was out another 9 months for that. Yeah.
Dang, how did that happen? Did you try to stop or what?
No, I was at the top of the mountain, and I literally went down a little bit, and I was like, man, my board's messed up. I went to drop down to fix my boot a little bit, fix my boot, went to sit up. Right when I put my hands down, some girl ran over my arm. So yeah, sliced my arm right open. Honestly, I thought it was just broken or hurt at first, and then I was trying to play it off, and she was like, dude, she's like looking at the ground. She's like, you're not okay. And I didn't see it yet. And then I looked down, and I'm bleeding everywhere. And it's snow,
just
so
leaking,
it works.
Huh? Yeah. Your board's leaking, bro.
For sure.
Damn.
So basically that kind of held me back for a little while. And then I got right back, and I got back in the training. But even then, right when I got to start fighting again, I was fighting at 145 pounds. So I think my coach was holding me back because, again, I was fighting at that higher weight class. And so he was like, didn't want me to go pro because we were going to go pro at 45. And I think he was waiting for me to realize that 35 is probably the better weight for me,
Yeah, deal. Yeah. Man, and that's such a stacked weight class, man. Stacked. And to know that you're kind of dominating in your own little arena there, it's pretty fascinating to see. I'm honestly excited to see where you're going with this, man, and I know you're gonna do great things.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate it, man. I'm definitely excited to be on this journey. It's it's only once in a lifetime you get to do this thing, so let's do it as big as we can.
Hell yeah. How about growing up? How was your upbringing? Where are you from?
Yeah, so I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan.
Man, if there's any place to want to start fighting, bro, there's Big D's where it's at.
Yeah, it definitely came with me, and again, it wasn't in a positive mind state. I started in a different place, but I was always different. So fighting came early to me. I was light skinned, green eyes, and
you were just a pretty thing, huh?
I was in the hood too, so it was like, no one liked me. I couldn't fit in with anybody. I was too light skinned to get down with the dark skins. I wasn't Hispanic, so I couldn't be with the Hispanics. I wasn't white, so I couldn't kick at the white folks. So
outcasts of the outcasts, huh?
outcast. I was the black sheep, you know. So honestly, I've always done my own thing. I always kind of kept to myself and did my own thing. My family was always into nonsense, gang, you know, jumping into gangs here and this, that,
Yeah.
and the third, banging, always all that good stuff. But I love martial arts for my whole life. Ever since I was a young kid, we were poor. We didn't have anything. My mom was a single mom. Even when she did have husbands, they weren't, you know, like I credit one or two of them for like, you know, showing me some things, but like
Yeah.
they weren't my dad, or they weren't showing me what I needed to show, and they weren't helping us be prosperous, you know. So we didn't really have money, so getting into sports wasn't really an option, or it just wasn't something we thought about either.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it. It wasn't in my mind. But I was always thinking about the fact that I was gonna have to fight somebody, you know.
Of course. Yeah. Sometimes it's a
So,
fact of life, you know, no matter
mhm.
what happens. So I'm pretty sure you got down scrappy pretty often out there, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of people, even before I even started fighting, and amateur or professional, everybody was like, "Why didn't you start doing this so long ago?" Because like, if you look back to me, even at like 9 years old, you know, I was definitely that guy. Like, oh, people are trying to fight, sign me up.
Wow. So you started getting into martial arts at a young age then.
Yeah, for sure. And like traditional martial arts, like actual styles. Like I know the different styles, like Crane and Tiger, and obviously I got in the Wing Chun a little later on too. But like
Yeah.
I was really into like the art, Tai Chi, all those different things. And I can only, again, we were poor, so I couldn't go train at different gyms. My mom couldn't take me places, but I could find material to read. I could
Oh.
use different video clips of different things that I had, and I would put that to work. And I'd go in the backyard and use whatever I had to do what I
Yep.
could.
See that you are a testament to people out there that are taking these fancy ass classes, spending hundreds of dollars a month on you know coaches and all that when all you need is a little discipline and some you know literacy to be able to know what you're doing. You know, obviously it worked for you.
Yeah. And it definitely played its part. You know, honestly, I do accredit me coming into the lab and putting myself in that type of deep pool of people, because the pool over there is so deep. And if you embed yourself like coach asks you to, and you focus and you're mentally there for these trainings, like you can't do anything but get better. There's
Absolutely.
too much talent, too much skill. I mean, these guys, like, there's so many guys that have been doing this their whole life, like we said too, with the best coaches,
Yeah.
you know, with the best teams, wrestling nationals, then coming and doing training with the best boxing coaches. You know, like you put yourself around people like that, and you trust the process, you know, and have discipline. It goes a long way, I think. You know.
Heck yeah. And you know, you're putting your mind and your body to work at the same time. And as long as you got your mind straight, there's no telling what your body can do.
Yeah,
You know, because
100%.
a lot of the times, you know, your body just wants to quit. You know, and your mind will be the one to kind of put that spark in your ass to get up and keep going.
For sure.
Because I know there's plenty of times, you know, out in country in Afghanistan and stuff. So I just did not want to keep going. I didn't want to keep fighting and stuff. But you know, it's just that mental thing that just comes into your mind and just gives you that extra motivation, that extra energy that to kind of make you figure out why you're doing this.
Yeah.
You know, and all that pain, all that exhaustion, everything else just goes out the window and you do your freaking job. And that's what happens.
And you're talking about a whole nother level, you know, like you're talking about there out in the field. And again, just to say, I appreciate your service. You know, that's a whole
Brother.
nother
Thanks
type
for your
of
support,
mentality. Bro. And yeah, I can't say enough for people like yourself who, you know, put everyone like us before them, you know, and go out there and fight the good fight for us. So that's a beautiful thing in itself. And honestly, again, like, even though it's going to battle, that's a whole nother type of life experience.
Absolutely. That's a different type of fight, you
For
know,
sure.
and I'm happy to do it. You know, I'm happy to do it for you, my family, everybody else there, just as long as they didn't have to, you know,
Yeah,
as long as they're good people doing bad things out there. That's the way life is.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're both warriors, you know, in our own sense, in our own worlds, you know.
100%.
Hell yeah. So let's fast forward a little bit. How were you in school?
I was, again, I was so naive when I was younger. I was angry. I was frustrated, you know. I didn't know what to think. Like I had a lot of issues in school, you know. I had a lot of issues in school. So That's all I just had all issues. I was in and out of different schools. I went to so many different schools. I got kicked out of a bunch of different
Oh,
schools.
really?
I was always fighting people. I wouldn't say I was a bad kid though. Like I was always willing to fight people, if anything. That's one of the
Yeah.
things that I've always credited myself for. I was going to stand up for the people around me. And if there was somebody that was going to fight, it was going to be me.
So would you say that usually the fights came to you? You weren't out looking.
100%.
You weren't out looking for nothing, right?
100%. I think even most people that know me would say the same thing, but I always showed up to the occasion,
Just in case, just in case a punch it swing my way, had to reciprocate.
For sure.
Did
and
you?
then finally, as time went on, I ran into, so again, I ended up moving up to like a suburbs area, I lived with my grandparents for a little while because I got kicked out of my house for fighting my stepdad. And then, so
what round you win that one in?
First round. Yeah. Honestly, it was kind of craziness too. I think he'd be mad if he heard me talk about it.
Oh, damn.
It definitely was one of those moments where I was like, oh, I'm 14 and I'm doing this,
Oh,
It's
damn.
like,
14.
So my mom obviously had to get me out of the house. She couldn't have that. So I ended up moving to my grandparents for a little while. Being with them and then moving to the suburbs after that kind of changed my mentality on like even talking about literacy and the things that I thought were like cool and the things that I thought I could do. It opened my eyes up to like the different things out in the world and who I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So it did help me start breaking away from all those the things I learned growing up that I thought were what I wanted to be. So
wow. Yeah. See, sometimes the old school ways kind of build us, and they kind of guide us to where we need to be. Sometimes we just get so set on the now and who we are now, what the social norm is now, that we forget how our grandparents or our parents, kind of came up with these old ways, and they're kind of good for us and to some extent,
100% character building, like character is a huge thing, and I think that it's been misconstrued over time, like what character even really means, and like what authentic character really is, like so the deeper meaning of building, respect and honestly even things like self-love, what I'm saying, like self-belief, like really self-belief, like, and not like the arrogant one where it's like, oh, I can't lose, I can't get hurt, I can't get hit, but it's like
you're just bulletproof, huh?
Yeah, like I can overcome though. I've already been through things. I've been through so much. I've lost. I've already been hurt, and I still stand. So it's like those type of things, so much deeper than what we actually talk about on the surface now, though.
Yeah, absolutely, and just it just complements our moral buildup, inside of us, as not as one-sided as we tend to be sometimes.
Yeah, no, definitely 100%.
So when did you figure out that fighting was going to be your thing? When did you figure out and you kind of indicated to yourself, like, I want to fight for a living?
I've wanted to do it for a long time, and so it's nice to be able to do it. But honestly, still even now, like I wish I just said I fight for a living, but I actually work. I manage a cultivation as well, cannabis cultivation.
Oh, nice.
So that's what I do for a living. And I'm working my way to be able to fight now. Fighting is only going to be for however long it is. So after it's all said and done, I want to go back into what I'm doing. Maybe ownership more so than managing.
There you go.
But yeah.
So you manage it.
Yeah, so I do manage it. Yeah.
How long you been doing that?
So I've been managing for about a year and a half. I've been with the company for about 6 years. So basically the whole time, and this all leads up to like different things in the gym as well. I got 4 kids, a wife. I got a lot of different responsibilities that I own up to, that I had that at certain points I did put them ahead and make sacrifices for the greater good so that my family could live a life that I never lived and I could be that influence for them,
Oh, so you got 4 little ones, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How old are they? They're the ones keeping you in shape, I bet, bro.
Oh, they definitely try their darndest. Yeah. 12, 11, 8, and one's about to be 6 in December. So
ooh, you got a full house, baby boy.
Full house, And
dang, so are they excited to start school, or did they already start school?
So they did start school.
Are they in class now?
Yeah, they're in class now.
Nice.
They're and my wife's a teacher as well, so they go to the school that she teaches at.
That's so good.
Mm-hmm. So it's real good. They get to be a part of the whole culture of the school too. So
that's amazing. Were they at home all year last year?
Yep, they were at home all year. Lucky enough, again, she's a teacher, so she was teaching from home,
Oh
which
yeah, that's such an
helped
advantage,
them.
man.
It really is, you
Heck
know.
yeah. It was kind of tough for us because my daughter, right before COVID hit, she was supposed to start first grade. Like she wasn't in kinder anymore. You know, kinder was such a breeze for her. But going into the school year kind of off and on because of COVID, she's already confused, you know, and coming into this, like she's just a little more confused. However, the school that she went to, they only did at home classes for like maybe 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
And then the administration was like, no, screw it. You know what? We're going to have kids here. We already have a plan. They can come in with their masks. We have everything set up to where it's like they had certain grades in one floor and the next floor. And then they had them, I guess, separated to an extent, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it worked until the only reason why they would quarantine was because somebody in that certain class caught something. So if somebody in that class caught something, it's just that class that got quarantined.
Okay.
Get it?
Yeah, and
so
that's kind of how they're doing it now too.
yeah, I think so. But she's super excited to go back to school again. But now everything's kind of rising up again, so they got her wearing masks and but at least she's just super excited. I asked her the other day, I was like, she already started school and it's like 2 weeks now. And I'm like, so do you know your new teacher's name? She's like, no. And I'm like, do you have any friends in there? She's like, oh yeah, I have her, him. Like she remembers all her friends except her teacher's name. And I'm like, come on, girl. She's such a little social butterfly.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. It's crazy how that all works out, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That all works
and they
out.
grow up so damn fast too, man. Did you play any sports while in high school?
So I did for a little while, and it's a funny story. I only played sports my freshman year, and then after that, I kept moving school so much I didn't want to. But my buddies did talk me into joining the dance team in my sophomore year.
Dance team.
The dance team, and it's so crazy because everyone wanted me to wrestle and play football, but I was just such against jocks, and I was still having my mental battles.
You were just too light skinned and pretty. You need to be on the dance team. How are you not?
Exactly. Yeah, so my buddies talked to me about getting on the dance team. I ended up joining the dance team, and I think even then it kind of put me into that mentality where like put myself in a vulnerable position in front of a lot of people because who's gonna think that the guy that's getting on the football field in the middle, like I'm supposed to be playing football, not dancing with the dance team, But it was still a good experience, and I learned a lot still even doing that,
What kind of dance was it? Like a step squad or what?
It was like step squad. It was like hip hop dancing, and again, I can do a lot of flips, so that was kind of the thing too, because I can do full twists and backflips.
Bro, tell me you have pictures of you on the freaking dance team.
No.
Come on, dude. You got to send me some, please.
See,
let's get it out there, bro. Let's give ammo to your freaking opponents, Yeah.
I'm telling you, honestly, if I could find any of that stuff, I would get it all just because, like, again, back then I was kind of like, man, why did I do that? My reputation. But now I'm like, like,
it's just, like, this is what you did in life, man. I did a bunch of stupid shit when I was in high school. I was in a band, like I was in a punk rock band.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, I was into punk rock around that time too because I was a skateboarder. So before I ever thought about trying to be a fighter, I was going to be a pro skateboarder. I was already well on my way to doing that. You can find videos of my skateboarding on YouTube.
I need to look that up.
Mm-hmm.
So, who's your favorite skateboarder?
If I had to say right off the top of the head, I'd have to say, I guess I'm going with Nyjah. I mean, I've watched Nyjah grow up from a super young kid to where he cut his dreads, and now that he's, I mean, obviously he didn't win the Olympics this year. Yeah. But he definitely, any of the street leagues, he still tears it up. So if I had to go generic name right off the top of the head, I had to say Nyjah. But honestly, I like a lot of transition skaters. I got to skate with like Rune Glifberg, Bucky Lasek, guys like Omar Hassan, nice. Like some classic guys, I got to do some good competitions against those guys. So
it's crazy, seeing those old classic skateboarders out now. They're still doing their thing, Mm-hmm. And Tony Hawk just ended up popping up on Subway commercials out of nowhere.
For sure.
I remember I was so into was it Bob Burnquist? Man, I thought he was so dope. He was so good.
I got to skate with Bob Burnquist once at Union Hills. So
Oh, really?
yeah, he came through. Andy McDonald and
Oh, nice.
one other person came through. I can't think about what it was. It was supposed to be Tony, but he didn't come through. But yeah, it's the first time I got to meet Andy McDonald and skate with Andy McDonald too. There's only a couple
Dang.
of us that got to skate with those guys. There was like 5 of us that got to skate with the pros, and I was one of the ones that got to skate with them. So
Wow, that's super cool, man. Hey, if you have any shots of that, bro, send them to me.
yeah, yeah. See,
Um,
that's probably been my biggest issue. I don't keep any footage, anything that's on the internet of me. Somebody else posted.
oh yeah. Well, you're skating, bro. You can't have time to freaking snapshots, you know?
For sure. I gotta step my game up though, really is what I need to do. Gotta step my game up and start.
Just snap a GoPro to you.
Yeah.
Town. That's what everybody's doing now, anyways.
Yeah.
How long you been married?
So I've been married 6 years. And me and my wife have been together since we were basically 16. So I met her up in the suburbs, talking about somebody that helped change my life. You know, like honestly, there's pros and cons that come with every type of lifestyle. But when I did run into her and meet her dad and see how he took care of his family and the things that he could offer her, it blew my mind. It blew my mind, changed my whole mindset. You know, what a man steps in to do for a family. You know what I'm saying?
That's amazing. That is outstanding. Thanks. So she's been there from the start to say, huh?
Yep. Yeah. And I mean, I was obviously a little jerk, so she stuck with me through all my jerk periods.
That's the way it usually plays out, man. They tolerate us so much than we give them credit for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine didn't stick around though, so I probably too much. Damn, that's pretty cool, man. So y'all are living up in Phoenix right now?
Yes, we live in Phoenix, Central Phoenix.
Nice. How's it treating you?
It's good. I like it a lot. She doesn't like it. She'd like to go back up to the suburbs, but I think this keeps us more honest, you know?
Yeah.
But no, honestly, it's going great still. You know, we purchased our first house 2 years ago, and we've just been trying to work on building everything, you know, and work our way back up to where we want to be, and just, you know, step by step. So it's been a beautiful thing, and honestly, we've been blessed to be able to have all of our kids, and they're loving kids that get to grow up in our house and have their parents be there for them, you know.
Absolutely. So, that's the American dream right there. You're living it, baby.
For sure.
So where are you primarily training out now?
The MMA lab. That's basically the only gym I go to. Like I have a lot of different buddies that train like TW BJJ and train at Soul Fighter, but for the most part, for me, I just stick to the lab. You know.
Nice. I was in 2010. I started training out of ACS.
Mm-hmm.
That was such a good gym. I loved it, man.
Yeah, Arizona Combat Sports is definitely
the Lally brothers, man, they were good.
Mm-hmm. And they're still doing a thing over there too. You know, I don't have any hate toward any of these guys. Like I love my gym and where I come from, but you know, you got to give respect where respect's due. And ACS is a good gym that has produced a lot of great fighters. Same thing with Fight Ready and gyms like that. So I definitely have a lot of respect for those guys.
Yeah, I just liked it because it had that old school feel to it, you know? It didn't have that like corporate, you know, backing to it or anything. It just felt like, man, you walked in there and it was just grimy as hell, but you knew you were going to get a hell of a workout.
For sure.
I loved it. I
think that's why I love the lab too. I've been telling people like it goes so much deeper than just the fight. Like it's a fight gym too, but it's also a family gym as well. And we've really built on the family part of it. And I think that through building on the family part of it and just having the average, you know, neighborhood family come to the gym and kind of show that support and honestly have conversations with them and see how their life is and interact with them. It builds a better unity. You know, I feel like it's a unit. Like we're a village, you know, where we're on our own village. So that adds to it for me, you know.
That's good. Do you coach there?
So I did coach there, but I've been more focusing on just me training and just focusing on what I have to do, just because I'm getting to that point now where it's like I need to just be ready to fight. I need to be able to fight as much as I can and do what I'm going to do as far as my career goes in this mixed martial arts game. And I do work 50, 60 hours weeks at my job as well, on top of training, you know, 30 hours. So it's like my family already gets the blunt end of that stick a lot of times. So it's like when I'm gone. And I mean, obviously, even in this last fight camp, there's a lot of building points between us. Like my kids are at a point where they're going to be honest with me. So, you know, they're
Yeah.
coming up to me and they're saying hurtful things that
I bet.
hurt my feelings, you know, and it's like, I got to sit them down and say, hey, you know, you guys don't realize it, but I literally gave up the last 8 years to make sure you guys are good. I need you guys to rock with me now, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes you got to give them that big picture, you know, because kids just realize that you're gone, and, you know, it's hard sometimes.
Yep, 100%.
But once you kind of school them on why you're doing it, and this is the end, it's going to be the end result, hopefully, it kind of gives them a little more time to process it.
Yeah, well, it's funny you say that, because this is the first fight that they've come to of mine. So even out of all my amateur fights and my pro fights as well, this is the first fight that they came to, and they got to see me have to go through adversity. And I sat down with them after, and I said, hey, you know, you guys, I kept on hearing them in the video. My daughter, like, oh my God, what if he gets hurt? What if he gets hurt? You know? And so I sat her down afterward and I was like, hey, you know, like Daddy does all that training that he does when you say I'm gone, so that I'm not the one that gets hurt.
Exactly. There you go.
You know?
Lesson learned.
For sure. I think they definitely, they learned a lot from coming to the fight and seeing the whole atmosphere, for sure. And it changed their mind. I saw the twinkle in their eye.
Heck yeah, man! Seeing your dad's hand right up like that, I bet it's just another different feeling, you know. It's feeling of pride, you know. My dad's freaking Superman out there. Hell, that's how I felt when I saw you.
Thank you, brother.
I was like, Dad, no. So when's your next upcoming fight?
So I was hoping for mid-September. Like, my hand's fine. I went and got checked out. No breaks, no fracture or anything, but I did have a little bit of damage from hitting, and then it took me a little bit to get back to it just because of the COVID thing. So I'm back on it. I'm looking for mid-September, end September, or mid-October. And then everything goes as I plan it. Hopefully I don't even get touched or scathed with anything, and I can fight again in December. So that's
okay. That's the plan, right?
For sure. That's the plan. I want to have 5. I told myself I wanted to have 5 fights before the end of the year. So if I can get that one, and if I can get 2 more off, I will have successfully succeeded in my first set of goals.
There you go. And I know my brother always has fights like every other month, so I don't think it'd be a problem for you to get in one of them.
Yeah, and that's the plan. He has a bunch of them going on the rest of this year, so I know that I'll be able to jump on something like that. So,
are you planning on hitting up the next fight at the Celebrity Theater?
I will. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and show up. I'm going to see if he can give me some free tickets, though.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe I can get the VIP up there and go kick it with you guys. You know?
Hey, that'd be nice. Yeah, I'll probably hit it up too. Yeah, I'll probably be there. I think they're having like a weigh-in party. I think the night before.
Yeah,
I'm hoping to go out there and we'll hang out. But yeah, if you go, hopefully we can link up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm going to reach out to him as long as he lets me get in there for free. I'd like to come out and see the competition. I think I'm gonna have a couple guys competing on that card too.
Okay.
Possibly. So we'll see if we have. We've had like 4 or 5 guys constantly competing too. So if I can support the team, I will go out and support the team as well. Plus, it's always good to go out there too, especially into a crowd and be out part of the crowd to see what the excitement is. You know.
Exactly. And be the audience instead of the gladiators down there, you know.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. I was gonna ask you this earlier, but when you're not training, when you're not managing your business, what do you like to do for fun?
That's a good question. I'm a pretty active person, so I would like to say what I like to do for fun is go hiking and go out into the wilderness. To say I actually get a chance to do any of that is not.
Yeah.
What I really like to do, I guess, is come home and clean my fish pond, clean my yard.
Those seem more like chores than hobbies, big dog.
Yeah, I know, right? I guess that's the life, you know. Clean my truck if I can, you know. Like I don't really get as much time, so like, and I would say play video games too, but like again, I just don't get that time. I'm usually like even outside of training camps, just for me to be training normally, working and then training 5 days a week. It's like, by the time I start thinking about needing to get out to do anything, my kids are like, "Hey, Dad, let's go do this," or "Hey, can you take this?" Well, let's do this, Dad. And
what's something you guys like to do as a family? Like, what are some of the things? Yeah.
So we go on regular walks on a regular basis. Basically, we'll grab my golden retriever and everyone grabs their
Oh,
scooters and their bikes, and we'll just basically go on walks and hang out and talk. And then sometimes we'll walk and go up to the park. There's a park about a mile up the street too, so we'll do that. And then Dave and Buster's. I feel like that's one of the main things we do a
oh
lot.
yeah, my daughter loves that place.
It's an easy thing to do, something for all of us to do.
Yeah.
All of my kids are all gamers and anime nerds, so
That's the
they
thing. Now, I
love
have no idea where this anime stuff came in. And I still can't get into it. Honestly, I try my best to, and I don't know what show to start on. But it's like I want to. I go on Hulu and I look at these ones that kind of look interesting. I think I kind of started with I think it was called Attack on Titan.
Oh, that's a good one.
See, I saw like 2 episodes, and then I just got not interested. I don't know what.
Especially with that show in particular, you literally have to get 2 seasons in before you even know what's going on.
No shit.
It really is that way, and a lot of anime is that way. So, like, honestly, I haven't watched anime in such a long time, just because I never have time to. My kids always put a game, but like when I do, I do understand that like it's usually like what's going on for the first 10, 12, 15 episodes. Like, who are these people? What are they doing? What is even happening? And then finally something happens. You're like, oh my God, it took that long.
Dang, see, it's all about patience. It's always patience with them.
It is. You know, they play it out. Play it out. But it is a good one if you can get into it.
Yeah, you know, I think I'm gonna try again. And then I think I tried. I think it was on Netflix called Demon Slayer. I think that one. I think I started getting into it, but then I just have no time. Like you said, you know, sometimes time is so scarce. Like between work and school, because I'm also going to school, and then being a dad, like sometimes it just gets so drained, you know, and sometimes I just, you know, I end studying or I end my homework and I just want to just die on my bed, you know, and start it all over again, you know. You know, wake up at 5 a.m., do a workout. I have a home gym, so I just get whatever I need there. I have sandbags, I have kettlebells, I have the assault bike.
Oh man, yeah. So you got
I have everything I need, you know. So I look up little workout. I actually have an app like the sandbag workout app, and so it gives me ideas, and I just kind of make up my own. And I like it. It's pretty cool. I also finagled a sauna in my garage.
Oh man, so you really got the setup,
dude. For real, I got it for $500 on OfferUp.
Oh man, I need to step my game up. I need to go look up that,
dude. Yeah, because I was browsing, you know, and they had it posted for like $1,300, and I was like, I'm gonna lowball the hell out of them just to annoy it, you know. And I was like, I'll give you $500 for it. Next thing you know, can you come pick it up now? I was like, yes. Turns out it was like a super old rich couple. I pull up to the house, bro. It was like a castle, and I'm like, what the hell? And they're like, and they walked me in, and they took me upstairs to their living room. Oh, not their living room, their bedroom, which was as big as a living room, and it was in the corner. The sauna was in the corner there. And they're like, yeah, in their bedroom. And they're like, yeah, I just feel like this space just needs something else. And so they're like, if you can just take it apart and take it to your truck, you just go and take it. I was like, oh my God, yes. So I got a $500. I got a $1,300 sauna for $500, dude.
For sure, and a lifetime antique. So.
Oh yeah, there you go. And man, the sauna work is pretty good, man. It kind of relaxes your muscles, and depending on how long you stay in there, it's also a pretty good workout. Because I go in there, I put on my sweat vest. Sometimes I put on the training mask, you know, to kind of help the diaphragmatic breathing, to help with cardio and stuff. And it's actually a pretty good workout if you put some effort into it.
Well, I believe it. And it's honestly just a mental challenge, just sitting in that thing sometimes.
Heck yeah, bro. Sometimes you want to just watch the clock and you're like, oh man, 30 minutes. It's been like 45 seconds. It's crazy, but it's also pretty good. I know Joe Rogan does that a lot, but Joe Rogan does a bunch of shit. He's probably on shrooms in there, just vibing with the aliens.
Definitely, that's definitely happened probably 100 times this year.
This year, today, bro. Well, dude, I'm super excited about your career. I'm super excited to see where you're going, and I'm also just so thankful for you to come on my show. Because if you make it to the UFC, you make it to the top, bro. I can say that I got you on the After-Thot show with your boy Moose.
Definitely, man. Well, I appreciate you bringing me on to the After-Thot show, man. And honestly, I'm down to do interviews, anytime. So honestly, it's an honor for me too. And it gives me a chance to kind of get on here as well and do these things because I don't get out there enough. I know I need to, and I think I have a lot of different character, and it's just that, like, I don't know, I just don't like videotaping myself. It has to be authentic,
Yep. Next thing you're gonna know, you'll be doing TikTok dances. You're gonna be doing filters.
Maybe you're right. I could dance pretty good. I might have to
dude. I want to see them dance moves, bro. Hey, at the weigh-in party, bro, you gotta show it up.
Yeah, I gotta show them what I bring to the table, where all that footwork comes from, huh?
There you go. And do those victory flips,
Exactly, which I haven't done one in a while.
I thought you were, because you were kind of like pretty hyped after that last one. I thought you were gonna do something like that.
Yeah, for sure, and I don't know. I just haven't done it. Maybe it'll happen next time.
Do it next time. Freaking strike a pose.
Pose. There we go.
Hell yeah, Marcus, the Maniac McGhee, bro. Thank you so much for coming on, brother. I want to talk to you again soon, and I will be watching your career very closely.
All right. Well, thank you, brother. Again, I appreciate you having me on, man. Good talking to you.
Good talking to you. God bless you. God bless your family, brother.
Thank you, brother.
All right. You have a good night.
You too.
Bye. All right, guys. That was the Maniac, Marcus McGhee. What y'all think? I thought it was pretty awesome. I thought it was amazing. Having him on the show is just very important, I think, because I think he's going to be somebody. I think he's going somewhere in the MMA game. And y'all should pay attention to it because he's going to be big. If you saw his last fight, man, this kid's got hands. He's got hands for days. And just like you guys heard, he's been through a lot too. A lot of stuff with his body, but it's just reconstructing himself, and it just makes him stronger, apparently, which is cool. So, what was I going to say? Rough 43, August 29th, Celebrity Theater. It's going to be lit. It's going to be awesome. Just as badass as the last fight. My brother puts on the best fight, so look him up on Instagram. Look him up on Facebook at rough.mma on Instagram. And then Rough Nation, RUF Nation on Facebook. Like, subscribe. You get the insight on fighters, fight dates, ticket info. Just, get all that knowledge in you and go out to a fight this August 29th. Get tickets at Rough Nation. Go to Celebrity Theater Phoenix.com. Get your tickets there. Hopefully I can make it out to that fight that Saturday, I believe. I gotta check my schedule, but hopefully I'm planning on it. And then hoping to guys see you there. Hoping to see you guys there. Damn. Stupid. I was talking about. So yeah, guys, like I said, we're back better than ever. Better, bigger, faster than ever. That's what she said. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, all that stuff. All that stuff is going to keep us rolling, going to keep us getting more guests in, going to keep us just pumping out content for y'all. And we're just getting started, guys. So don't worry. I have a few more guests coming on, and you guys are going to love it. All right, guys. I love you guys so much. Like, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys next time. I'm Moose. This is the After-Thot Show. I'm out. What's up, my hotties and thotties? It's your boy Moose, and we're here at the After-Thot show. Welcome back. It's been a couple of days since I recorded, so I was already getting that itch. You feel me? Actually, I've been wanting to interview this amazing individual, for a couple weeks now. Just never happened. Either our schedules were kind of jacked up, but finally, you know what? It's Tuesday night. I got homework done, and I made it happen. And I'm so glad I did. However, today's episode is brought to you by State 48 Plates, the official premier source for protective body armor and accessories. This business is veteran owned and operated and is based here in the 48th state, which is Arizona for you delinquents. State 48 provides the highest quality plates at the greatest prices while keeping costs lower than other competitors. So hit up state48plates.com. Hit them up on Instagram too. I'll post it up right here. And check out their products. I need a couple of vests myself. My other one's getting worn out. I've had it for a couple of years now. So I got to hit up my boy Eddie Prest, the CEO and owner of State 48 Plates. Very awesome dude. Can't wait to have him on the show as well. So you guys keep your eyes open for that episode coming up soon. Super soon. But in the meantime, hit up state48plates.com. Get all your body armor needs because you never know. Times are getting crazy. All right. And there's no reset button in a gunfight out here in the real world. Okay. So best protect yourself, protect your family, and protect your rights. You know, all that kind of correlates with each other. So get bodied up in armor, baby, at State 48 Plates. So with that being said, today's episode, I have the honor of interviewing pro MMA fighter Marcus, the Maniac McGhee. And you guys are going to find out what this man is all about, how he came into his last fight. I'm going to show a little clip right here of how his last fight ended, and you can kind of tell what this man is all about. So I'm super excited for you guys to hear this. I can't wait to air this and drop it so you guys can see Marcus in action, and you can see how his demeanor is. He's such an amazing, uplifting guy. You know, I was so happy to talk with him, and I can't wait to connect with him again. Also, August 29th, Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, Rough 43. Get ready for some more fighting action. Some more warriors getting on it and going at it. It's going to be lit. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see it again. The last fight I went was super amazing. It was super dope. And I can't wait to go out there again and just feel that crowd vibe and see these gladiators go to war. All right, guys. So with no further ado, I present to you Marcus, the Maniac McGhee.